everybody, we are here to talk about the best palette of 2021 for me. I'm Cristina, I'm from Italy, I'm 40 years old and I'm in love with eyeshadow palette. If you're new here, I hope you will enjoy and you will be back with us as soon as possible. Okay, so if the palette that I'm mentioning is not are not the palette you like the most, it's perfectly fine. Everybody has preferences, so just be kind in your comment. There are not so many, let me say. I have a few, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high brand and one type. There are 5 palettes but are of the same brand, same type, and 6. There are few. So let's start with cheap one. Cheap one, we will talk about She Glam Chroma Zone collection. There are 2 palettes that have been released in late October, 1st days of November. Each palette is £8. This is the first one called Velocity, and this is the second one called Time Wrap. Both palette has at least one duochrome shade, and in this palette is this shade here, and in the other palette is this shade here. Even though you can see just blue, this is also purple, and in this palette this is greens and purples actually. I've done a look with this palette on the channel. This is already up. I haven't done anything on the channel with this palette, but will be for sure somehow in the future. We will see. This palette costs around 5 to 6 euros only, so this is a very, I think, I'm not sure actually, I do not remember perfectly, but these are very cheap and they are very good. They can be bought on She Glam website. She Glam is the beauty part of Shein site. Next one, the collection with Beauty Bay and Disney. I think I've talked about Beauty Bay on the indie brand best palette of 2021, but I did not mention this series of palette. I forgot it actually. This palette, they have been released in 2 batches. First batch were 3 palettes in a set that you could also buy as singles, and the second one 2 palettes in a set but also as singles. The palettes are inspired by the theme, the color scheme of different Disney cartoons. First one, this is the Jungle Book, then you have Alice in Wonderland, and then you have Bambi, then you have Alice in Wonderland again, and Dumbo. I did 2 or 3 looks with this palette, but I think none of them have been uploaded on YouTube. They were only on Instagram. These are full matte palette, all matte palette. Every palette has 6 different shades that are reflecting the color scheme on the print outside. They are very pretty. Let me say, these are very cute. Quality is very high and they cost around 9 to 10 euros each. I haven't bought a lot of cheap palette except for She Glam, so I do not have anything new from cheap brand. Maybe something from Catrice, but they were not released this year. I think they are quite old, so I will not talk about them. Let's go to the high cost brand. First of all, Huda Beauty. This has been released quite recently. This is the Jaguar palette from Huda. This is very cute. I love the color scheme. The only things that I have to say that the gold is not necessary in every palette, Huda, so you can just throw away the gold shade and think of a shade that will pair a little bit better with this color scheme. However, the quality of the palette is very high. It's one of the best palettes I've tried this year from high cost brands. Next one is the Love palette from Natasha Denona. I've loved so much the Midi size palette from the Love palette, the bigger one. That is one of my preferred palette ever. This one is so good too. The quality, okay, I do not find the quality of the mini palette be worse than the bigger one, so that's not an issue for me. I haven't experienced any issue with the small palette. This palette is so cute. This is small. This is 25 euros. You have of course you need to love the color scheme. This is a pink and purple color scheme. This is only 5 pence, so if you don't like pinks, this is not the palette for you, of course, but this is so good. This is a great palette. Let's go to Path. I haven't been involved so much by Path this year, but this Heutopian, the latest one, this is the Mothership number 9. It's very cute. I have a video prepared, I think more than 1.5 months ago, that will be up sometime in late December, first days of January, when I will be on vacation, I think. This is the color scheme, and let me say that this is quite an usual color scheme. There's nothing so particular. When I saw the print on the cardboard package, I thought of blues and oranges and gold and pinks, very bright, very bold, very. This is not actually, but these two shades are very beautiful, and all the other shades are performing very well. The quality of Path is very high for me. I think that this is not overestimated. This is a very expensive brand. Yes, of course it is, but this is a very nice palette. Okay, we are going up to the palette I loved the most actually. One has been released at the beginning of 2021. I do not remember the month. Maybe it was March, I'm not sure. Maybe it was February. Maybe it was March, I'm not sure. This is the Circo Loco from Natasha Denona. I think a lot of people didn't like this palette. This is one of the best palettes Natasha Denona has ever made for me. This is a bigger one, so this is a very expensive palette, but look, I love the color scheme. I love the color scheme so much. I love the craziness you can see in the palette, but this palette is also can be used also to do more wearable looks. I did a look on my channel when it was released, and I did 3 or 4 different looks. Maybe I did 2 separate videos. This is a very beautiful. I tried all the shade, and I'd like to play a little bit more with this palette, so this one will be in one of my 1 week 1 palette for sure in the next future, because it's so beautiful. I love this one so much. Next one, and this one will be the last from Natasha Denona, is the Midi palette, the retro palette. This palette is a very glamorous palette. You can see this is a burgundy, purple, pinky tone, mauvey tone. Is it inspired by the mini retro? I'm not sure actually, but because you have also greens in that palette that you don't have here, but this color scheme is stunning, and the quality is very high. This pens came broken, but I didn't claim for have a new one, because Sephora in Italy is a mess for sending back items. So I decided to keep the palette as it is, even if it's broken. Sorry, I'm very tired, and I'm so sorry that this ring light is giving so much flashback. So this is the palette, and let me say, this is stunning. And as you can see, I haven't swatched anything. That's crazy. Next one. Okay, I thought about picking up this palette for months, and then I've seen that this is now available since a while actually on Huda Beauty, and this is the Beautopsy from Hindash. This is a very particular palette. Okay, I could not touch these are pure pigments, so I could not touch with my finger. This is one of the things that Hindash says in his video, and I've used all the pens actually. I've used these two as a blush and also as eyeshadow. I've used these pens as contour shade, this one too, this one as an eyeliner. The red one is so stunning. This is a palette that I think it's the perfect palette for a makeup artist, of course, but if you like nudes, and these are full matte, this is a perfect companion palette. The box is very, very, I think sturdy is the correct word, but I'm not sure of the meaning. I have a doubt. So it's a very resistant package. This is a very sleek and thin palette. You can bring them. You can bring this one with you when you travel. So this is a very, very nice palette. Next one is from Huda Beauty. Again, and this is the Rose Quartz. This is one of the best palettes in conjunction with the Jaguar that Huda has ever been released. I love the color scheme. This is a pink, purple, shimmery. This is gorgeous, gorgeous. I did a lot of looks with this one, and every look was so cute. I love this one so much. Also, okay, there is this pen that, you know, this is the virus pen that Huda is putting in her in her palette in the last 2 years, and she also released an highlighter with this jelly finish. I don't know. Okay, let's go on. I'm doing so fast because my battery is running low. This is a very stunning palette. I love this one so much. This shade is so reflective, so stunning. This is gorgeous. Last one, and this is for sure the palette that I will rank first in 2021, and I was not thinking to buy it. Guys, this is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette, volume 3, and this is how the palette looks like. I love this palette. I did a video with this palette with 4 different looks, or 4 I think, and guys, check in the info box because all the video up will be linked here below. This is a very expensive palette, but this is so beautiful. I think that bringing with me these 2 palettes, I can do every look I want everywhere. So these 2 are the best. And also, oh my god, the Circo Loco. If I need to pick up only 3, I will pick up these 3 for sure. The Circo Loco from Natasha, the Hindash Beautopsy, and the Danessa Myricks. These 3 are the best of the years. In the 4th position, I will put the Huda Beauty, the bigger one, the Rose Quartz. All the other will be on the 4th row. So I hope you enjoyed. This was a very, very short video. It's not so common for me thanks to the battery. I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you soon. If you arrived at this point, leave me a comment telling me which palette is the best palette ever for you. See you soon. Bye guys.